Before we begin, you should read the disclaimer. The following video clip demonstrations are for educational and instructional purpose only. Predictive provides this video purely for the purpose of demonstrating the method of using the product. Users understand that all the content used in the video is purely for demonstration purposes only and is not a guide and does not provide any indication or prediction of actual results. As a user, you understand and agree that hypothetical results obtained through the demonstration do not indicate in any way the result you may receive on using our products. All right. With that being said, once again, welcome. If you're watching this recording or you're here live, thank you. And if you have any question during the live show, you can use the chat. If you have any questions, you're watching the recording, you can use my email address to address any question you may have about what you are about to see. Okay, it's pedro@predictive.com. Hey, Jaime, yes, a long time not been around, right? Welcome back. And well, before we go into the order flow, let me talk a little bit about our sponsor, which is Skydesk. You can see here. If you like to trade with Forex, AI, EAs, robots, auto trading, all that kind of trading, you can really use this BPS provider. You have very competitive prices, and I think it's the best in the market. Have a cloud NT4 and NT5. You can use this automatically. Already everything's integrated into the system, so you don't have to download anything. You don't have to, not even for the connection like a regular VPS that you have to log into different software to get into the subscription. Here you have everything right on the cloud. And let me just show you an example what I mean. Let me just get into an NT4. You can see here, for example, it's on the web browser, and you have everything an NT4 will have. So you don't need to download or install anything to use your E8s. Okay, it's pretty good, and it's very inexpensive. Okay, here you have the address, skydesk.com. You can see it's only $9.99 per month on the cloud version. Then you have more powerful versions. But within NEA, you can use the cloud NT4, NT5. It works really good. All right. I guess you guys have seen in previous sessions the UFO system, right, which is brought to you by Tradewithufos, the trade with UFO. Let me just show you a little bit about it. What the UFO indicator does is it shows you, this is the euro, okay? It's the euro, and you can see here these red lines and these green lines as well. Well, red means selling areas, and green means buying area. The right way to use this is to first have a bias. I mean, you see the market is going down. You should then only be on the selling side, right? And what this indicator does is telling you where are the selling orders, the pending selling orders, and it shows that they are here, right? And the buying order will be here. So you will expect to enter the market and sell nearby these areas and take profit nearby these green areas. Okay, that's pretty much how it works on a very simple explanation. But if you want to go really deep on this, this is the same chart. You can see it's the euro, and you can see it's the pretty same shape. You can see here in this, let me just put here the highlight is here in these areas where the UFO is telling us where to sell, right? When they're expecting the price to go in this area to go down, okay? And the target that is telling us is pretty much where the price is right now in this area. Okay, you can see how it retracing from that point. Let me just show you this a little bit so we can get into deep explanation of this. Okay, so I'm using this the UFO indicator just to show you how you can use order flow to verify what other indicators might be telling you. Okay, and we have this area down here. It's not, let's say it's not exactly as the UFO is telling us. It's just for demonstration that I'm doing this. Okay, so let's expand the chart. Okay, and one of the things that I like to do when I try to get a validation by the order flow system is to see at the liquidity. What you see here on the right is the liquidity. These are the real pending orders on the euro futures market. Okay, this is real. This is what has actually been pending in the market right now. Okay, we're live, and you can see how the price is actually moving right now. And you can also see how the liquidity is shifting and changing the numbers of orders in every price line. Okay, so one of the things that you can use to verify any indicator or any system that you might encounter with, doesn't matter what it is, it can be I don't know, Fibonacci, point of figure, whatever, it doesn't matter. What you can use to verify that first is the volume, all right, which is the most important thing in the market because it's where the money is right now, and the liquidity, which are pending orders. In this case are, you can see here, for example, in this area, we have 63, which is the highest than the rest of the orders. You can see how it stand out of the rest, right? So it's just telling us that there's some interest here. Okay, there's something interesting here in this price. Okay, and we can see that with this number 63, and the rest are 12, 15, 20 or so. Okay, and on the on below we can see the same. We have this 93, 127, 121. So we can use that as reference as well, as like it was an indicator, okay, because it's showing us where's the money waiting for something to happen, right? We don't know what. It might just, be a trap. Might just take out of the market and let the price go to the next level, which will be this one, 536. You can see the huge difference in liquidity for the rest. And if we go down, we can also see what bigger numbers like this. Okay, here's another one, huge number. So somebody's waiting here for the price to get here. We don't know when. Okay, we don't know if it's gonna get here in the next week or so, but this somebody's waiting here with 438 contracts. Okay, each number is a contract, so it's a lot of money here. It's 100,000 euros per every contract. So just do the math, 438 contracts waiting there. Okay, so that's very powerful information you can have with any order flow system, with any feed that you can get for the market. In this case, we're watching the euro. Remember, if you have any question, use the chat, and I can maybe answer to you at the moment. If you have any questions, you're watching the recording, you can send an email to pedro@predicted.com. I'll show you the email later, okay? All right, so this is one way to verify that whatever you're using an indicator, using a strategy or a system, you should have interest in the market to be able to perform, okay, to be able to be possible to something to happen. So one of the things is money waiting for that area, that price, okay? Doesn't have to be, exactly, but it can be nearby. It can be, a few ticks away. But that's one tip that I wanted to give to you, so you can use this liquidity information, okay, on your side. As many of you may know that I've been looking at my videos in the past, you know that I use the volume information, which it has to be, always has to be horizontal, because vertical volume is completely useless because you don't know at which price is actually that action being taken. Okay, you just because you only see it at certain bar there was high volume, but it doesn't mean anything if you don't have horizontal volume. You can see the actual price where that volume is performing. Okay, for example, here we can see at this price at 1.18385, we have the highest volume of the day so far, which is called the point of control, POC. You can see here, this 8,224 lots that are being traded or have been traded in this price. So we know that this was a very interesting price for some traders during the day, because they have been trading around this price, okay, or exactly at this price, and have made this the highest, the point of control of the day. And you can see how the nearby prices are as high as this one, okay, because it's just this one is just a little bit bigger, okay, but you can see that around exactly in this area here. Let me just highlight it right here. You can see how during the day the action has been around this price range. Okay, you can see how rotation has happened inside these lines. Okay, and that's I use this information to see which side I will be trading during the day. Okay, it's very important, because if you see that everybody is selling at around this price area, there's more sellers than buyers, then I think your bias should be on that side, right? Because they're trying to push the price down. You can see here. But how can you identify, let me just write this here from the top. How can you identify if they are buying or selling, right? You only see a bar who's green and red, but that doesn't mean anything actually. Okay, because you don't know if these people were buying or selling. But in order to know that, you have to look inside the candles. But how you look inside the candles? Well, you have to use the order flow. The only way to see the information that is inside a candle, if you're using candles. Okay, you might be using any other thing, but the important thing is not, it's a bar or a candle or a line. The important stuff here is the information inside whatever that is. Okay, and we're looking at a 5-minute chart. I think that time is irrelevant actually, because many things can happen in a 5-minute candle, right? You don't even know what happened. So it's better to look. You have the chance to look at ticks or look at volume information. Okay, so I'm gonna load tick chart. This is a tick chart. So you can see how here's the area. Okay, here's the area. It's pretty much alike what we had before, but because it's the 233 tick chart is similar to the 5 minutes. Okay, and even the 2 minutes. It's around 2 and 5 minutes. Will be very similar graph. Okay, but the difference here is that every candle you see here have around 233 contracts. So the time is irrelevant. The important thing here is the volume. So every time 233 contracts are traded, it will create a bar. Okay, and that will show you with more accuracy which direction the trade happened during that 233 contract period. Okay, so time is irrelevant here. Doesn't matter. May have passed an hour and there's no trade, there won't be no bar, no candle. Okay, but in time periods, 5 minutes, 1 hour, whatever, you will see a bar regardless. Every X time you will see a new bar, a new candle. But that really doesn't show you the action of what's actually going on. But here you see the difference now, how more action is happening inside this area that we highlighted here. But let's take a look inside of the actual bars, actual candles, this with the clusters, so you can see what's being traded inside these candles, right? You can see here it's the same chart, the same candles. You can see the colors, but we have what was traded in each price, okay, in each price level. So we can investigate the volume and which direction it was traded inside the candle. I have you can see highlighted some numbers in red and green. That's because I have activated an alert to see that numbers, which are imbalances in the market. For example, you can see here 111 in red. That means in this case that 111 contracts were sold at this price. And you can see how it pushed the price down a little bit, then it went back up because they are like refueling here contracts. Okay, they are buying or selling in this area. Okay, somebody are buying, some people are selling. The ones who are in control were the sellers. So you can see how big the sellers are and in which position in the candles they were. When they're on top, they are trying not to let the price go any higher. You see how they are putting big sells every time the price is getting higher. Okay, and some buyers are actually entering as well, but there's no moving the price up. They're keeping keep going down. So that's an indication of who's in control. Okay, because you can see an imbalance here in green, but price is not moving up. The bar is red, still being red. Okay, that's very powerful information that you can use. And what is an imbalance? Well, an imbalance is a difference, in this case, between buyers and sellers. I set up the indicator for 400%. When it's the 400% difference between the buyers and the sellers, it will show me the number, the red or the green number. Okay, it compares the trades diagonally. Okay, for example, here 111, it compares with this 0. There were 0 buyers here. That's bigger than the percentages of the rest of the trades. That's why it's an imbalance. Okay, and well, you can see when this happens and actually move the price down, that the price keep going on the lower side. You can see how again they are avoiding the price to go any higher. Even this was a green bar. This was a green bar, but you can see a big difference here. Okay, an imbalance in selling. And what happened? It went down again. Okay, you can see again and again. That's what actually moved the price. The volume and the trades that is being placed in every price level. And if you are able to see the the highest volume on a single price. For example, here you can see. Let me highlight it. Here you can see these boxes. These black boxes are the most volume on the candle, right? And you can see how they are, in line. So that might be creating a support or resistance if you have, more volume than this, because this is just an example I wanted to give you. You can see these three are pretty much in line. So it serves as a resistance for these other candles. You can see how they actually respected this for a while, and then it breaks down. And that thing can happen again. You can see here how these are very close and in the same range as these ones. So that will be creating another support in this case because the price is trading lower, right? So volume is the most powerful thing. You can see here how this candle could not move any higher because we have this support, real support, right? This is how supports are created, is with volume, with this kind of volume, okay? It's not just, I don't know, some people has been teaching how to paint the volume with a line just because, I don't know, made a top or a bottom, just put a line there. But the actual support and resistance are created in real time by volume, just like this one we can see here. Let me just highlight it for you so you can see it better. You can see how all these black boxes are inside this area, and they have imbalances, many imbalances inside. So that this is how a resistance or support is created, okay, with volume. And if we go forward, let's just bring this here. You can see how the price respected this volume. You can see it create new volume here, new high volume on these particular candles that are in line, and how after this one put the volume a little bit lower here, the next candles respected, right, that price as well. You can see here how these lower candles didn't have any strength to push the price up. In this candle, we can see how a lot of buy imbalances coming in. You can see a lot of green, okay, and it managed to push the price a little bit up again to the point of control area, which is the highest volume. Okay, you can see that, and they keep trying to push the price up. You can see here, but that's an interesting thing. You can see this imbalance trying to push the price higher, but failing again because the sellers try to push once again the price down. Okay, and here you can see again a lot of green imbalances indicating the struggle, the fight between the buyers and the sellers here. Okay, but you know who's winning in each point and each time. Okay, because you can see it only if you're using order flow. Okay, there are many ways you can interpret this information. I have my own way to use it, which is very easy, very simple to use. And you can see in my previous sessions how I use it in live trading, how I enter the trade, what I look for. Even if I'm looking at the clusters, all right, inside the bar, or if I'm looking at the candles. Okay, I can use that information because I have the volume here. I have the liquidity on this side. So all I have to do is just get the information on the volume. If I see an interesting area, right? I see, for example, if I let me get this all away. For example, if I see, what I like to do is I want to give you a very simple but very powerful strategy here on how to trade this information. Okay, If you're looking at candles, remember try not to use time candles, because remember, time is completely relevant here. Some people try to trade, based on hour chart, 2 hour chart, 1 week, 1 month. Time is relevant for the trades, okay? Because you cannot predict what's going to happen even in a minute from now. How can you expect to predict what's going to happen in a month, in an hour? All right. So don't try to do that. You have to base your trades on data, on information you have, information you can actually see. All right. All right. We're talking about past information, but very powerful, because it's where the money is, and this is what it's all about. It's about the money. So, for example, if I found, this is just an example here, and show it to you. If I see, for example, let's find a good example, so it's going to be easier to explain, like this one. Let me highlight this for you. What I like to find is rotation. Okay, when I see the price going up and down, going up and down. So I have this area here. So I call this rotation, right? You can see how it rotates. You can find that in the past. It doesn't have to be in the immediate time in the day. Okay, you can see that I don't know, maybe a few minutes ago or half an hour ago. It doesn't matter. All it matters is that have to be a price rotation. I have to have volume. Okay, have to have volume. Have to be inside the volume area. You can see here. Let me just put this in gradient. So in this case, we can see this rotation inside the inside this area of point of control between the higher and lower volume, okay, during the session, which is important because price will actually be slower in these areas, okay, because there's a lot of volume, will be slower. But when it comes out these areas, this dense volume area, price will move very fast, okay. And you can see here how after a while the price break on the downside. Okay, you might be watching the chart right here. Let's say you're watching it here, for example. You see how it breaks down, okay, after this rotation. And now you have what might be called a breakout, right? It can be this these candles right here. Let me highlight that. Okay, we have these candles right here. And what I like to do is see inside, right, the breakout, okay, inside the breakout. And I see a lot of imbalances. But I like to see more is the volume, all right, inside. Let me just get this, doesn't seem too clearly. Okay. I like to see the volume that is inside this particular candle. Let me just move this away a little bit so you can see what I mean. Just put this a little bit higher. We know it's in here, right? Okay. So this shows me that this was the highest volume, okay? And I can even read the numbers, okay? You can see 0 by 1, 0 by 1, 4 by 10, and so on. So what I'm looking is like, like a hourglass shape. That's what I'm looking for. And you can see here, it goes big here, this 19 by 7, and then goes lower in this part, and then goes big again with sellers and buyers. So I like this area right here. And what I like to do is highlight that, let's say this 0 by 1. I put a horizontal line right there. Okay, and that's where my possible entry is going to be. As you can see, when it breaks down, how the price is keeping actually below that area. Remember that we have this It was the breakout candle, okay? This one's, let me just move this one right here. Okay. Okay, so this was our breakout candle. We can see a candle again. And I have selected this area. You can see this little, the shape here, how it goes thinner when I put the line. All right, that's where the least volumes was when this bar was traded. So what I'm expecting is that area to be filled by orders again. Okay, but this time it's gonna be maybe bigger orders than when this happened. And let me tell you why. Because in order to price to move like this, like up and down, it's necessary to have buyers and sellers. All right. So some people were buyers, others were sellers. That means that somebody, when this breakout happened, is losing money, and other people is making money. Okay, just give me a second. Okay, so the losers are now desperate to either get out of their trade, maybe their stop loss are going to be hit. All right, they're nervous, they don't know what to do. Some of them know what to do, which is get out of the trade. But when? If their stop loss is, let's say, higher, they will still on the trade, but they already know that they are losing because the one who's actually in control of this accumulation here, this rotation, is a seller. He wants to sell. He wants the price to go down, right? And if you are a buyer here and you're losing money, the only way to get out of the trade is by selling your position. So you will become a seller, all right, when you want to get out of your trade. And if a seller is joining these sellers that are already here, what will happen is the price will go further down, faster, and without any resistance. Okay, because everybody will be trying to sell because they notice that the intention was to move the price lower. And maybe in this movement here, the first movement, you can see some stop loss being hit, okay, and making the price go lower a little bit. You can see, remember that if you are selling, you are buying, you need to sell. If you are selling, you need to buy in order to get out, right? So we can see maybe some take profit in this area. You can see some stop loss being hit, okay? You can see these imbalances here. And at some point, this action stopped because nobody else is going to be buying, or you can see here these zeros, 0, 0, okay, on this side because nobody's buying at that point. But here they start to buy again. You can see here. And here you can see 160 contracts. Okay, they're starting to take profit, stop loss on the other side. You can see again and again, okay? And now you can see a green bar. So this green bar, for some people might think, oh, now this is turning the other way, right? And they're gonna start buying, and somebody gonna start selling once again. But this is the opportunity for the people who were here buying in this area to get out. Okay, and you can see once is inside our area or yellow line, we're gonna sell. Okay, we're gonna join this big guy here who is trapping these other buyers in this area. We're gonna join him right here on the breakout. Okay, on the volume where they need to fill that volume on the breakout. So if we enter here at this point, let's put oh no, box here. We enter here selling, right? And we can see how the next movement is on the selling side. And why? Well, because these losers took the opportunity, the second chance, to close their trade. So what they do, the price hit the first movement, might be stop losses, selling, joining in, all right? But when that stop, you can see here it's a decision candle here, and they move back on the upside, and these people realize, oh, this is my opportunity to get out with break even or a small loss, whatever. They start to closing their trades, in this case selling, pushing the price once again on the downside. You can see how it goes. Okay, and that's our opportunity to take this profit. All right, we're taking the profit here. We're entering here on sell, and we can get out. I have a strategy to get out, which is on the volume average, the second deviation, the first deviation, depending on where I'm entering. Probably the first deviation will be around here, and the second might be in this area. Okay, so that will be my target, but I will always be looking at the liquidity. If I see a big bar liquidity here, that's where I'm getting out. 2 ticks before that liquidity is reached. Okay, because when there's a lot of liquidity, it's gonna take a big effort for the trades to move beyond that point. Okay, so that's what I will do. I will look for liquidity in order to get out of this trade. Okay, you don't see it here because the price is the actual price is a little bit on the other further, on the other side. But you can see how the price again, when it reaches back here, it moves down again. So it's another opportunity. Okay, but I prefer to take only the first shot that these losers have here to make the trade, right? Because every time it goes a little bit higher, you can see how it goes higher again. So I prefer to take the first shot, okay, always, and get out with a nice profit here with all this movement. If we go to the actual price, let's see where it is. Just as a reference, for example, if we were entering here, okay, with this candle, like will be in this area, my exit will be this. You saw here was 100 and here 100 and something contracts, 98 right now. So that's gonna be harder for the price to go through. Okay, so that's why I will take this price level to get out, because I know the price is gonna be, it can break out, can go lower than this and take all these 98 contracts and whatever is below, but it's gonna be, it's gonna be harder. So I prefer to get out on a safe way and look for these smaller areas that are easier to fill and get out. Okay, right here. And I don't know if you have any question. Let me know in the chat. If you have if you watch the recording, you can use the email, pedro@predicti.com, and email me any question you may have. If you want access to the software, like some of you already have, as well, you can send me an email and we'll send you the download link where you can have this software to try to test. And if you want the Trade with UFO software, well, you can use my link. We see each tradewithufo.com/Pedro. You can have access to the if you're using Trading View, or it's going to be available soon in MT4 as well, right? The Trade with UFO software. and it's going to be very easy to use. Here's the software I'm telling you about, the Trade with UFO. It's going to be available soon in NT4. We are preparing that, so it's going to be very interesting for you to see it. So don't, stay around. And we're going to have some very interesting sessions on how to use it, how to take advantage of it, even in NT4 or NT5. I don't know if we're going to be available on NT5 as well, but we're making it happen for NT4. Okay. And the same principle that we use here. Okay, we will see these pending orders according to the UFOs where you're entering here, and what you're looking at as a second chance. Okay, in this case, of course, we're looking at here of time-based charts, right? But you can, I don't know if you can in TradingView change the charts to volume or tick chart, so it will be more accurate, right, to actual trading volume. Okay. So I don't know if you have any questions so far. Jaime, try to answer my last email, send it. Okay, what was your question, Jaime, on that email? I don't remember seeing it. Maybe you can send it again, okay? Because it might be, has been lost on the emails I have received, okay? All right, good, Jaime. Glad you're fine with it. All right, I don't know if anybody have any question regarding what we just saw. Okay, send it again. Yes, Jaime, please, and I will check it. All right, so that's one of the easiest way you have to, to find good trades all days. Okay, all days. This happen every day, and I guess in every asset. I only trade the euro because you have to be. That's one tip I wanna give you is you have to be specialized in one asset, maybe two at the most. Okay, but why? Why you need to be specialized in one asset is because you get familiar with it and you can notice when something odd is happening. Okay, for example, if I'm not familiar with this, I won't know what is a big liquidity here. I won't know that. Okay, I won't even notice when a rotation happened. Okay, I won't be able to spot that, or even a breakout. You won't be able to spot if you are not familiar with how the asset is moved during the day and during your trading hours. Okay, this is another good thing you should do is set a time period of the day wherever you are trading. I don't know, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, whatever it is. But do it always at the same time. Okay, those 2 hours you trade during the day or 4 or 3 hours, always do it at the same time. Okay, because each time is different for any asset. If you trade on the morning, you trade on the Euro session, will be different with the American session open. All right, the same with the Asia. It's different. The volumes are different. The movements are different. So that's why you have to actually focus your time in a specific period and in one asset or two. But I won't even recommend two. I will recommend just focus on one asset. Doesn't matter what it is. Okay, whatever you like, whatever you feel actually kind of know it or know what's my influence that asset as well. Now the days are little crazy for that asset as well. It's very important. The news release, which they are the biggest impact and at what time. Try to avoid those big movements because when emotions are involved, like in the news release, and that's very unpredictable. Okay, you will see it on the order flow. You will see in real time. You will see how when there's a news release, one thing you will notice immediately is that the liquidity here, whatever it is, it will go almost to zero. All right, everybody will be taking their money out of the market. Why? Because it's very hard to predict. Okay, it's very hard because you don't know how people is going to react to that news. Even if it's a positive news that is supposed to move the market up, it might goes down because people is the way they react, the way they understand the impact is what's gonna move the market. All right, that's what actually moves the market. So traders are the ones who move the market. Do you have a place? What time you frequently trade? Okay, I trade on the Euro session. I prefer I'm in Spain, so it's I trade from 10 a.m. to 12, to midday, 12, and maybe sometimes from 10 to 11. Depends on how I see the action. I take the trade and I'm very fast out. I only make one trade per day. Okay, I don't do more than one trade. So one trade and an out. That's it. Whatever if I win or lose, just one trade. I don't like to trade more than once. And that's it. From 10 a.m. my time zone, which is in Spain, and to 11:30, 12. That's it. That's about it. You have place that I can follow you in a day-to-day basis or weekly webinar, only at Factory one time a week. I do Tuesdays, not every Tuesday. You have to see the FX3 calendar when I'm in, and then the days that I'm not in FX3, at the same day, the Tuesday, I will be in YouTube in the Predictive channel here. You can see youtube.com, see Trade with UFOs, all right, on Tuesdays as well. Okay, so write that down. And there's another, I think the schedule is here as well, the YouTube schedule in the tradewithufo.com website. You can find there the schedule. Okay, so I want to be every week. Okay, every Tuesday. It's not in a factory, will be on YouTube, but every week you can find me somewhere. Okay, and well, as I said before, you're looking at this recording. Here's my email once again, pedro@predictive.com. If you want to have access to the software, just send me an email there. I will send you the links. If you want to have access to the UFOs, you can use my link here, tradewithufo.com, and it will show you a form like this. You will just have to fill your name and email, and that's it. Okay. You can also, if you want to go, in one-to-one with me, you can schedule a one-on-one coaching with me in the tradewithufo.com/Pedro as well. Okay, you can meet with me for an hour or so, or whatever you schedule there. You want to have a very unique session with me. I can give you a lot of secrets on this method. Maybe things you can use very easily and very fast to start trading. Okay, just go and set up a meeting with me outside these sessions on FX3 and YouTube. Okay, we go straight to the point, and if you have questions, you have any doubts specific things, maybe I can show you my full strategy there. You can just set up a coaching session. Okay. All right. I don't know if you have any other questions. If not, remember, I will be on my email address all the time, pedro@tradewithufos.com. All right, you can see the schedule for YouTube session, I think, in Trade with UFO website. Let's see if I can see it here. I'll show you right now. Let me find out if I can find this. Well, it must be somewhere on the website. Oh, no, here in the website, you can also see the guides on how to use the Trading View Auto UFO. Okay, you want to have more information about that. Okay, all right. We go back to the chart a little bit. I want to show you. I want to add here one of the indicators I use the most. It's the VWAP. All right. This is one of the things I wanted to show you. Remember the area we draw here? You can see how our line is below the VWAP, okay, at that time. That's good. I only trade when my price is between the VWAP, okay, when it's inside. Because when it trades below, it can be big movements like this, all right? But you want to enter before that, okay, if you want to catch a big movement like this. So that's one of my favorite indicators because it's based on volume, okay? It's not based on anything else but volume. And that's what is important here. I can see there's a question here. Let me see. Matt. Yes, Matt. Please send me an email. Okay, you have my email here on the screen, pedro@tradewithufos.com, and I will send you the links. Okay, just send me an email there. I will share with you the links. All right, let me get back to the chart. As I was telling you before, this indicator is huge help for me because it helped me to get in, it's telling me always when to trade and not to trade. When the price is below or upside here, it's a no trade for me. All right. When it's inside, it is actually a positive thing for me. Let's see, for example, here where we are right now. You see this is the VWAP, actually this red one, the blue one are the deviations. So this area right here is where the most fair price for traders. Okay, they take this price as reference, and the automatic traders, the algorithm traders, use this as well. Okay, to trade between this area. That's why you see most of the movement between these lines. Okay, that's another tips you should know. All right. Well, I don't know if you have any more questions. I think the time is coming to an end, and we have only 1 minute. And before we go, remember, if you're watching this recording, email me at pedro@predictive.com anytime you want. Ask me any question you like. You can have the software, all right? You can also set up a one-to-one coaching session with me if you like, and in tradewithufos.com/Pedro. You can get the software there, the Trade with UFO software. Okay, everything is pretty much here, this information. and anytime. Remember, every Tuesday, I will be either on FX Street or on YouTube. I will be doing some sessions like this and have more tips, more information, more ways to see the market. All right, this is the order flow system, which is based on a quantity of information. It's not based on any other thing. All right, it's actual data. It's things that really happened, and you can see there right now in real time. We can understand how the supports or resistance are created in real time and use that on favor. We can see the liquidity, where are the pending orders, okay? We have more tools that I'm not showing you right now. We have a lot of tools. We have depth of market, where you can see in real time the market orders, okay? Who is taking those pending orders? The buyers, the seller. How many pending orders are there in one side and another? I mean, there's a lot of information you can filter and have and use on your favor. All right. Well, I think that's it for today. Thank you for joining and hope to see you next time. Okay. So thank you guys. Bye-bye.